What's up, guys? This is Bobby Douglas. Welcome to another 2020 NBA Draft Prospect full game video breakdown. Today we're going to be taking a look at Kentucky guard Immanuel Quickley. Quickley just finished up his sophomore season at Kentucky, where he averaged around 16 points a game along with 4 rebounds a game, close to 2 assists a game. And again, he did this on around 43% three-point shooting, so he can definitely shoot it. I believe that is his one translatable NBA skill, his ability to shoot the ball from behind the arc. And listen, I like Quickley a lot as a kid. You know, he really wasn't in a great situation for him as a player personally. At Kentucky, he was really more of a point guard coming out of high school, but then he really had to play off the ball because Kentucky had Ashton Hagans and Tyrese Maxey. So I thought he did a really nice job adjusting to his new role at Kentucky. And again, he played really well down the stretch. He ended up with SEC Player of the Year honors this year. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this game. The game I picked out today is against Louisville from this past season. Quickley's going to have, I believe, 18 points. Yeah, 18 points and 3 rebounds, and assists, and a turnover in about 37 minutes. And he doesn't start yet in this season. So, again, you can see we're starting this game with 14:39 left in the first half just because this is the first time he's getting in the game. So, with that, I'm excited to get into this, and let's go. He's going to be number 5 in the white, and he just inbounded the ball. So, now he's being guarded by number 24 in the red, Dwayne Sutton. Or, excuse me, no. Quickley's at the other side of the court, guarding by Ryan McMahon. So here he is with the ball. And again, he plays a lot more of a 2 guard at Kentucky than he did a 1. And people aren't really super confident in his ability to really run the point at the NBA level. I'm one of them. I don't really think he is. Right there, he got that 3 off. And I think he went 2 of 5 from 3 in this game. And listen, he was pretty much a knockdown shooter at Kentucky, obviously. But, you know, there is a little bit of question about whether or not that can really translate fully to the NBA as there is with all good college shooters, so that is an issue. And again, what else does he really offer? Again, he's not really a point guard. He's an undersized 2 guard. You know, defensively, he tries hard, but his frame will limit him. Things like that. So it is interesting. You can see him guarding Jordan Nwora, where he has like a 5-inch disadvantage on him. So you can see he actually is playing pretty good defense. Again, moves his feet kind of well. I like that he's staying attached to him, not really giving Nwora a lot of space to breathe. Looks like we're going to get Louisville ball right here, so I will skip ahead. Again, so he's still on Jordan Nwora, and again, he's 6'7", 6'8", so. And Kentucky would use this lineup a lot, especially as we got into conference play, where they had the 3-headed monster in the backcourt with Hagans, Maxey, and then Immanuel Quickley. And then they'd sometimes even throw in Keon Brooks right there. He probably got shoved to the side. And again, it's always going to be an issue in terms of his strength and stature and size, physicality, things like that. You know, how much can he really offer as a 6'3" off-ball guard in that regard? So that's something to really just keep in mind when you're evaluating him. But again, he does shoot the ball extremely well, can shoot off the dribble pretty well too. So, you know, as long as you have that, you have a chance in the NBA just because of how the game is played today. So we got called for a foul, chasing Nwora off the screen right there, it looked like. Get a replay right here. No, that's Maxey for the 3. So yeah, here he is on Nwora. So this obviously isn't an ideal matchup, so it is kind of interesting to see how he does against Jordan Nwora. Nwora, in a way, is a little bit easier to defend just because he does tend to float around the perimeter, and for a guy being 6'8", being guarded by a 6'3" guy and Quickley, I mean, he probably should be looking to attack a little bit more. But that's just the way Nwora plays, as obviously if we saw in his video breakdown. So, interesting matchup for Quickley to come off the bench and immediately guard him. Looks like we got a foul on Louisville. I'll skip ahead here. And so again, he's in the corner. He's going to run around the baseline. And he's a really good shooter off of movement as well. So he is a guy who you can run off screens and get him open looks around the perimeter. Kind of J.J. Redick-like in a way in that regard. Obviously, the release isn't as quick and it's a little bit low. So I'm not really sure how fast he could get it off. But in terms of just the overall accuracy of that shot, I do think he has that in his game. But it's just a matter of how fluid it could really get because it is a little bit of a standstill shot. Right here he's on Nwora. He got a little bit beat. Good job getting back and contesting, though. I do like his motor. I think he has a pretty solid work ethic and just overall character. Obviously, as I mentioned, he just wasn't in a great situation at Kentucky for him personally, but he managed to make it work and really made the most out of his adjusted situation, playing with 2 guards. And obviously, it definitely worked out because he was SEC Player of the Year, and he really just kind of played his way into a draft position. He wasn't a guy at the beginning of the season who was really being talked about as being a potential draftee after this season ended. But, with his play down the stretch in the SEC, he really just turned on the Jets, and he really put his name solidly in the second round in my book. I think he has a really good chance at getting drafted. I would say around 80% likely here's his name called. So now you can see Kentucky's going a little bit bigger. They subbed out Ashton Hagans for Khalil Whitney. So instead of guarding Jordan Nwora, it looked like Quickley's on Ryan McMahon. And so again, they're going a little bit bigger here with 2 guards in the backcourt. And obviously this is before Khalil Whitney left the team. And again, you can see pretty quick off of screens. Let's see what he does here. So that could be a shot in the NBA. I do like how he always is moving without the ball. You'll rarely see him standing still when the offense doesn't dictate that he does. Pretty quick. He darts around the lane, things like that. Always keeps his defender moving. And again, defensively, you can see he's kind of in the grill of Ryan McMahon. Got a little bit hung up on that screen, but again, I do like his overall motor on that end. And so again, you can just see him running along the baseline. Probably going to get a pin down right here. Let's see if he curls into it. He will. Nice kick out. Didn't really show a whole lot of distributing potential, I would say. He averaged close to around two assists a game. And again, people are really concerned about his ability to lead an NBA offense. And honestly, they're not even looking at him to fill that sort of a role anymore. Also, he does tend to turn it over. He didn't really have a whole lot of bad turnover games. I think he had average around 1.5 turnovers per game, which isn't horrible for a guard, but you look at it and you look at the turnovers that he does have, and they come in the most infuriating situations. In tight games they'll happen, or in frustrating fashion they'll occur. So, I'm not going to say he needs to work on turning the ball over less. Just get your turnovers out of the way in a less crucial time in the game, I would say. It's probably my best advice for him. So that's a really nice job attacking the closeout, and that's something that if his shooting really translates to the NBA, I think his closeout attacking will open up as well. Just being that threat off the catch for the shooter, as a shooter, it will help him get to the line and get towards the basket a little bit more. So I do think that's a pretty legitimate skill that he does possess. And he also did a really nice job getting to the line this year. In this game, he's going to shoot 8 free throws, and obviously he's going to make all 8 of them, as he was a 92% free throw shooter this past season at Kentucky, which is unbelievably good. And so he does a pretty nice job just attacking closeouts, just picking his spots. He's pretty quick off the first step, but he just doesn't really have that handle down. And again, his off-the-dribble mechanics are a little bit clunky, I would say. And here he is going to get a pick and roll. Yeah, there's Richards. Yep. Late shot clock, nothing really going on there. Good hustle from Richards, and here's Quickley with the ball again. And so here he is. Kentucky runs a lot of actions where he'll lift from the corner up to the wing. And they'll try and get him shots that way as well. Looks like we got a turnover on Kentucky, I want to say. Yeah. So now Kentucky's back to going a little bit small, and you can see Quickley is guarding Samuel Williamson, who's a big wing for Louisville, was a McDonald's All-American 2 seasons ago. You can see him get a little bit lost on that basket cut. Not a basket cut, backdoor cut. Quickley did. But again, so he is having to guard a lot bigger players, which I do think, it's good for his development. I'm not really sure if it'll be asked of him in the NBA, or if it is asking him how well he can do it. That's a nice cut from, again, always just moving, reacting to where the ball is. You saw right there, I think his teammate, I think that was Nick Richards, he probably could have hit him with a little lob pass into the bread basket. But again, I do like how he's always kind of looking for the ball without really demanding the ball a whole lot. Good rotation right there. Let's see how he moves his feet. Really nice job moving his feet. That's going to be a charge as well. Again, pretty good defender. I just question his versatility at the next level, especially not being a true point guard. But you can see he moved his feet pretty well right there. And he got Samuel Williamson his third foul, so that's awesome too. So now he's being guarded by Dwayne Sutton. Looks like we got an offensive foul on Ashton Higgins. There we go. So quickly he's guarding Dwayne Sutton, who's a little bit more his size. Nora right there with a nice finish. So we're going to get a media timeout right here, so I'll skip ahead. I don't think he scored in this game either, but again, I do think he brings a significant amount of value off the ball, especially if he can shoot. He's not going to be a starter in the NBA, but I think he can be a guy who comes off the bench and really just becomes an energy scorer type who can shoot the three. Let's see what he does here. Good kick out to Tyrese Maxey, who's going to knock down that three. It looks like we're going to get an ad here as well that we can skip in a few seconds. But again, that was a pretty nice pass from Maxey, or from Quickley leading into the three-point shot from Maxey. Pretty bouncy on defense right here, too. And again, he's on Nora, so he's pretty much guarding him well, and obviously they're trying to face guard him, try and limit his touches, because the second he does touch it, it's basically a shot. Good job fighting through these screens and staying with Nora. Good switch. Let's see what he does here. Now he's on Malik Williams, who's just gigantic for him. So, and here he is off ball. Right there, that's not on him. That's on Keon Brooks right there for allowing that cut. Quickly needs to stay attached to Nwora, so I don't blame him for that, even though it didn't look great. So here he is again. Here's the thing where they're lifting him from the corner to the wing and just kind of initiating the offense this way. Yep, quick post touch for Nick Richards. And again, you can see immediately when he passes the ball, he's on the run. And so I do think that takes a lot of determination. A lot of guys will get annoyed with running around if they're not going to get the ball. But Quickley just always seems to be moving, regardless of whether or not he gets the ball. He's just always looking for ways to get the ball. And I do think that's a legitimate skill in the NBA, just to have that drive and that perseverance. Because in the NBA, you're not going to get a whole lot of touches, right? Let's see what he does here. Yeah, kind of let Nwora slip for that offensive rebound, but luckily the ball didn't bounce in his direction. Looks like that's going to be a block. Ooh, okay. So we're probably going to get free throws here. There we go. Oh, and this game does go into overtime, so there will be 3 videos for Immanuel Quickley. Just an FYI. Good job just kind of playing a little cat and mouse with Nwora. And again, they're obviously comfortable putting him in on big, or else they would have switched off him by now. And Nwora hasn't really taken advantage of it. So Quickley's done a nice job just kind of staying in his shirt and not really giving him any room to breathe. And that could have been a kick out. Nice take from Higgins, though. And immediately Louisville comes back down and nails a 3. So again, here's Quickley, a little circle action from Kentucky. Gonna get a pin down. Ooh. Just a tough little action. Breakdown. It looks like he ran into McMahon. That's going to be Kentucky ball. Or, excuse me, Louisville ball. So again, why isn't Jordan Nwora kind of posting up right here? Why isn't he demanding the ball? You can see he's a little bit, he wants to a little bit, but yeah, you can just see Quickley. So immediately after that offensive rebound from Louisville, Nwora sprints out. Quickley's right there with him. So we got a timeout right here. So I'll skip ahead. We got an ad coming up here, so. Here we go. Looks like he's going to get a pin down from EJ Montgomery. Ooh, nice job setting that up. He was open for the backdoor. Let's see if he gets a shot. See, he didn't make that shot, but I really love that action from Quickley. Again, setting his defender up. What looks like a pin down. He's going to cut back door and immediately went to the other corner, and he got an open look for two. I really like that action from Quickley, even though the shot didn't go in. That's an effective shot. Maybe you want to stretch it out to three in the NBA, but in terms of college basketball, I like that play. And again, it just shows good awareness that Quickley does have off the ball. You know, when he sees his defender kind of topping off that pin down, he knows to cut back door. The opposite could also be true. And so I think he's pretty good at choosing his spots when he's running off the ball. And again, I think that's his main, I would say, skill in the NBA. Good job staying attached to Nwora right there. Just being able to move around screens, just move within the flow of the offense, and then catch and shoot. Good job boxing out Nwora there, too. Little back screen into a cross screen. They want to get a post touch for Nick Richards right there. Let's see what Quickley does. That's a really tough finish. And again, he does have that kind of in-between game that's pretty solid as well. I think we were watching the South Carolina-Kentucky game when we were looking at Tyrese Maxey, and I just remember Quickley, towards the end of that game, had a lot of really nice floaters. He does have really nice touch around the basket. He just can't really get to that interior level to score at the rim necessarily. But again, he makes some of these shots where you're just kind of like, wow. And right there, that was one of them. Looks like we got a foul on Quickley. Could have been a... Oh, looks like we got a travel. Good job just walling up Nwora, and he ends up forcing a travel with some help from his teammates. Again, similar thing, I think, on a... Quickley with a nice back screen to Montgomery that sets up a post touch. That's pretty gross, but... So right here, that's just kind of a defensive breakdown that needs to be better. Little miscommunication in transition. Whoa, he wanted that one. And here he is, again, lifting up from that was from the wing to the more central area. Good job getting a foul call. And again, there was this Athletic article that was breaking down what college coaches thought of the Kentucky guys, and I thought it was really funny. They said, one coach from the SEC said that, or one of Kentucky's opposing coaches said that Quickley benefits from getting a friendly whistle, and that he gets a lot of foul calls that he maybe shouldn't, and that won't happen in the NBA. And I just thought that was funny because he is pretty good at getting to the line. I think, again, he shoots 8 free throws in this game, and again, when he gets there, he's automatic, 92.3% from this season. But it was just funny to see some coach recognize that and say, "Oh yeah, it was just crappy refs." And you can see he takes a very deep breath before shooting the ball. He's just very, I think he's a very religious kid, so maybe he's just doing something kind of meditating or something, or just kind of relaxing. But I think that was one of his emphasis this past offseason. He was just trying to get more in touch with, like, got and things like that. And he's out right here for a little bit, and then he goes back in about a minute and a half. So I'll skip ahead here. 35-20. And yeah, he's checking in right now. But again, he's very relaxed when he gets to the line. Again, he did a lot of off-season meditation, things like that, where he just kind of like tried to center himself a little bit more, and it obviously paid off, I would say. So and here he is on Nwora for the last 30 seconds of the half. Again, I don't think Nwora scored this half. Maybe he had 1 or 2 baskets, but I think Quickley's done a pretty good job of just kind of limiting his touches overall. We got timeout right here and then final 27. But there's David Johnson, the guy who I really like in the class of 2021. If he could have a breakout year for Louisville next year, I think he could maybe go top 20. Let's see if Max is going to hit that 3. He will. Final 10 seconds here. Let's see what happens. And again, look at just Quickley just kind of shadowing Nwora all the way up the court, not even letting him get an inch, which is really just good attention to detail, good discipline overall. That's going to end the first half, so I will pause the video here. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to like and subscribe. That really helps me out. Overall, though, I thought we saw a pretty fun half from Immanuel Quickley. I thought he did pretty well defensively, and then obviously his movement without the ball, even though he didn't score a lot necessarily, he did move without the ball really well. So looking forward to watching more of him in the second half and in overtime of this game. So stay tuned for that, and we will see you for the second half. Thanks. Bye.